Assalamu alaikum.
Seeing the Siwak in a dream. In a dream, the appearance of the Siwak is generally a positive sign. If someone sees himself using the Siwak while he is sick, this can be interpreted as heralding recovery and deliverance from the ailments that are afflicting him. While offering the Siwak as a gift in a dream may be considered an indication of receiving joyful news in the near future. If a person sees that using the Siwak has caused bleeding, this may indicate the disappearance of a worry or problem that was worrying him. Using the Siwak in a dream is also considered evidence of good speech and care to choose words very carefully, which reflects the wise and balanced personality of the dreamer. Adhering to the sunnah of using the Siwak in a dream reflects the dreamer's tendency towards established religious customs and his desire to draw closer to the honorable prophetic customs, which indicates his moral orientations in daily life. This vision also embodies the extent of benevolence and good deeds that the dreamer seeks to achieve and which bring him reward. Interpretation of seeing the Siwak in a dream by Ibn Sirin. The use of a miswak in dreams expresses several meanings related to purity and cleanliness, as it symbolizes the pursuit of getting rid of sins and mistakes. It can also indicate good news of upcoming positive events, such as marriage for a single person or pregnancy for a married woman. It is believed that this symbol in a dream carries meanings of blessing and goodness, such as wisdom that benefits and righteousness for the person. In addition, the miswak in a dream may indicate a person's commitment to what is correct and sound in terms of religious traditions and customs. On the other hand, dreaming of cleaning teeth with a toothpick indicates taking care of family responsibilities and the ability to alleviate burdens and worries. In some interpretations, it is believed that soaking the toothpick in water symbolizes cleansing from difficult problems and striving to achieve psychological clarity. Seeing someone giving a toothpick in a dream reflects the support and assistance he may receive from others in his quest to improve himself and the circumstances of his life. While seeing a dirty toothpick may indicate problems resulting from negative behavior or tense relationships with others. In general, the toothpick in a dream is considered a symbol of goodness, purity, and striving for the best, calling for attention to personal relationships and following the path of truth and righteousness. Interpretation of the Siwak in a dream by Ibn Shahin. In dreams, using a toothpick carries positive connotations that reflect blessing and benefit, as well as good sayings and praise. If a person is seen using a toothpick to clean, this means that he pays good attention to his family and relatives. On the other hand, seeing a toothpick in a bad or rotten condition symbolizes artificiality and fraud in religiosity. Dreaming of chewing a toothpick indicates deep remorse and a desire to atone for mistakes and missteps. When seeing a thin toothpick in a dream, this indicates the simple living and limited livelihood that the dreamer obtains. While dreaming of a thick toothpick expresses the abundance and goodness that the dreamer is surrounded by in the various areas of his life. Interpretation of seeing the Siwak in a dream for a single woman. In a dream, the Siwak carries several positive connotations for a single girl, as it indicates moral purity and religiosity. For example, a dream about a Siwak may represent the approaching date of a girl's marriage to a pious and reputable man. Using the Siwak in a dream expresses an increase in religiosity and goodness in a girl's life, while peeling the Siwak symbolizes her pursuit of science and knowledge. If a girl dreams of cleaning her teeth with a Siwak, this indicates goodness and blessings in her family relationships. As for seeing the hot taste of the Siwak in a dream, it may indicate difficulties in improving relationships with family members. Receiving a Siwak from someone in a dream means receiving a lot of goodness from that person that will have a positive impact on her life, and gifting it to someone she loves is an expression of her positive and sincere feelings towards him. As for buying a Siwak in a dream, it indicates her efforts towards a goal that will bring her a good reputation. If she sees herself selling the Siwak, this expresses her role in spreading virtue and good morals among people. Interpretation of a dream about a toothpick for a married woman. In dream interpretation, the appearance of the Siwak for a married woman is considered an auspicious sign, symbolizing the arrival of good news, such as the announcement of an upcoming pregnancy. Using the Siwak in a dream also indicates the disappearance of crises and problems in the relationship between the wife and her husband. When a woman tastes the pungent taste of the Siwak in her dream, this may express tensions with relatives that may negatively affect her social relationships. Seeing a Siwak used to clean teeth indicates a married woman's attempts to improve and repair relationships within her family and with those close to her. If the siwak breaks while using it in the dream, this indicates the difficulties she may face in order to bring peace and harmony to her family members. Receiving a siwak from an unknown person in a dream symbolizes a woman's journey towards deeper learning of religion and jurisprudence, while receiving a siwak as a gift indicates the respect and affection that others have for her, which strengthens the bonds of love and closeness between them. As for seeing the husband using the siwak in the dream, it is a positive sign that indicates an improvement in the family's financial situation and an increase in their religious commitment. Also, seeing a son using the siwak expresses wise upbringing and his following a righteous approach in his life. The meaning of the siwak in a dream for a pregnant woman. The use of the siwak in pregnant women's dreams is associated with multiple connotations and meanings, depending on the context and details of the dream. When a pregnant woman sees the siwak in a dream, it is considered an indication of the arrival of a male baby and a symbol of getting rid of the worries and troubles associated with the pregnancy period, which heralds an easy and happy birth. For a pregnant woman, cleaning her teeth with a siwak during a dream is also considered a sign of reconciliation and understanding with her husband's family and relatives. If blood oozes out while using the siwak in the dream, this indicates the strength of faith and the dreamer's commitment to obedience. If a pregnant woman is seen putting the siwak in her mouth and swallowing it, this is an indication of her dedication and effort in practicing worship and obedience, indicating her determination to get closer to God. A dream about soaking a siwak in water indicates the disappearance of sorrow and getting rid of the pain and suffering associated with pregnancy. Giving the siwak to the husband in a dream symbolizes encouragement to continue performing acts of worship and following the sunnahs, while the vision of giving the siwak as a gift to a well-known person expresses purity of intention and purity of heart. Interpretation of seeing the siwak in a dream for a man. When a man dreams that he uses the siwak to clean his teeth, this symbolizes that he will escape from diseases that may bother him. For a man, using the siwak in a dream represents good news that obstacles will be overcome and sadness and anxiety will disappear. If a man sees that his wife is giving him a siwak, this is a good sign that indicates the arrival of a male child for them. The dream of offering the siwak to others in a man's dream also indicates the approaching date of his wedding. For a single person, receiving a siwak as a gift in a dream is a clear indication that his marriage date is near. The siwak in a dream is for the dead. Interpretations of the siwak in a dream are deep and carry many meanings, especially when it comes to dreams in which this tool appears in the hands of the deceased. It is rumored that the appearance of the siwak in a dream is closely related to the good deeds and good reputation that the deceased enjoyed during his life, reflecting the extent of his compliance with religious duties and obligations. When a person finds in his dream that he is receiving a siwak from a dead person, this is interpreted as an indication of the blessings and benefits that will come his way, despite the effort and perseverance that he may need in his pursuit of livelihood. The vision in which a living person offers a siwak stick to a dead person, he knows carries connotations of goodness and giving, meaning that the dreamer is a person who gives alms and does good deeds with the intention of reaching reward and recompense for the deceased. For a single girl who sees that she is receiving a siwak stick from a deceased person, this is a praiseworthy sign that heralds a future full of happiness and good news, which reflects optimism in her future life and foretells the abundant goodness that awaits her. What is the interpretation of seeing the siwak in a dream for a divorced woman? In a dream, if a divorced woman sees herself using the siwak, this is good news for her that her future will witness positive and promising transformations. Her use of the siwak represents her departure towards a new chapter in her life, where she makes up for the past with good things to come. If she finds in her dream that someone is offering her a siwak as a gift, this means that there is an opportunity to renew the soul and repent of missteps, with the possibility of getting closer to oneself and worshiping. These visions carry meanings of optimism and indicate a successful beginning that is different from what it was in the past. Giving a siwak in a dream. In dreams, offering the siwak is considered a positive sign that indicates happy changes and a bright future for the dreamer, whether he is a man or a woman. This act in a dream reflects happy news such as a relationship with a life partner who enjoys respect and high social status. For single youth, Offering the Siwak symbolizes the opening of new horizons in building strong relationships that may lead to marriage. As for a single girl who offers the Siwak to a stranger, this foretells an upcoming marriage, success in study, or obtaining a good job. For a person looking for work, when he sees in his dream that someone gave him a Siwak, this heralds success in finding a job that makes him happy and may bring with it abundant sustenance from blessed sources. The symbol of the gift of the Siwak in a dream. In a dream, giving the Siwak to someone expresses one's desire to spread goodness and affection among people. If a person sees that he is giving a toothpick as a gift to a woman, this may mean that he will get engaged soon if he is single. Giving a toothpick to someone the dreamer knows also indicates his desire to help that person. Receiving the Siwak as a gift in a dream may symbolize the coming reform and harmony with family members thanks to the efforts of others. Or it may be an indication of progress in knowledge and a deeper understanding of religion. If the person offering the Siwak is known to the dreamer, this heralds happiness and joy as a result of positive influences from others. When a person dreams that he is offering the Siwak to his beloved, this indicates that he is directing her towards the right path. As for the husband giving the Siwak to his wife in a dream, it means urging her to perform acts of worship and obedience in the best way possible. Distributing the Siwak in a dream. Seeing a married woman using the Siwak in a dream indicates getting rid of difficulties and enjoying comfort and peace of mind. If the husband appears using the Siwak, this is an indication of the blessing in livelihood and the improvement of the financial situation of the family. For a person who finds himself offering the Siwak to people he does not know, this expresses his good intentions and his desire to do good, adhere to the teachings of his religion, and become closer to God. Miswak tree in a dream. Dreams containing the arak tree are interpreted as an indication of the person's adherence to the teachings of the Prophet and his avoidance of violating behaviors and sins. It is said that this vision carries within it a return to the right path and the pursuit of purifying the heart and soul of sins. The arak tree, or what is known as the Siwak, in a dream also expresses generosity in dealing with others and strengthening family relationships with love and giving. Dreams that include the Siwak tree also show the honesty and covenant that characterizes a person in his dealings. If the Siwak falls from the dreamer's hand after picking it, this is understood as a warning against situations that may lead to feelings of disappointment or frustration due to unfulfilled expectations. The meaning of the Siwak in a dream according to Al-Asimi. When a person sees in his dream someone offering him a Siwak, this heralds the arrival of joyful events in his life. And if this person is single, then the vision foretells that he will marry someone who is compatible with him in the near future, God willing. Dreaming about distributing Siwak to family and relatives reflects the dreamer's good relations with his parents and that he has strong and good family relationships. For a pregnant woman who dreams that she is giving her husband a Siwak, this is an indication of good news of the arrival of a male child who will bring joy and happiness to her. When a person sees himself using a Siwak in his dream, this is an indication of his adherence to Islamic teachings, which helps him stay away from violations and negative actions. Seeing the Siwak in a dream may also express positive behaviors and high morals of the dreamer, in addition to dealing with kindness and respect with others. On the other hand, the Siwak in a dream may be a symbol of honesty, commitment to promises, and the strength of relationships between people. If the dream includes the Siwak breaking and falling to the ground, this reflects a feeling of failure, anxiety about future difficulties, and a feeling of despair. Interpretation of a dream about a hot Siwak. When a person dreams that he is using a miswak and feels its heat in his mouth, this is considered an indication of the challenges he faces on his way to gaining the approval of his family members and those around him. In dreams, if the dreamer feels that the taste of the miswak is very hot, this reflects the extent of the suffering and difficulties he is going through in adhering to his habits, in addition to his constant preoccupation and accumulated work burdens. The dream that someone is offering you a hot miswak also suggests that you will face someone who will give you inappropriate or difficult-to-follow advice or solutions to your problems. If a person dreams that using a hot toothpick causes pain inside his mouth, this may symbolize remorse and regret for some of the actions he has committed toward his family. Dreaming that a person is screaming while brushing his teeth with a hot toothpick indicates that he feels helpless and weak in handling differences and finding common ground with other people. What is the interpretation of seeing a tooth cleaned in a dream according to Ibn Sirin? In the world of dreams, each vision carries different meanings and symbols. When a person finds himself flossing his teeth in a dream, this may be a positive sign associated with financial increase and comfortable living. If the cleaning is done by hand, this may mean an increase in livelihood and blessings. Using the siwak in a dream to clean teeth can reflect piety for the dreamer. As for sick people who dream of using the siwak, they may receive good news of recovery and wellness. On the other hand, seeing teeth loose in a dream may symbolize feelings of anxiety about deceitful and negative people in the dreamer's surroundings. Interpretation of the siwak in a dream according to Al-Nabulsi. Using the siwak in a dream indicates a set of positive meanings associated with the person. It expresses the individual's tendency to avoid negative behaviors such as backbiting and gossiping and pay attention to his family relationships. Dreaming of a siwak reflects the dreamer's commitment to certain religious customs and shows his high morals. This dream also carries the promise of goodness and blessings in livelihood. If a person dreams that he is using the siwak to clean his teeth and sees blood after finishing, this symbolizes his desire to be cleansed of sins and transgressions. While seeing an unclean siwak in a dream indicates that the dreamer is involved in problems and crises that seem difficult to solve.